Greetings, Inner Gold Show, Mikey Majestic alongside my brother from the same mother, man like Heartical ID.
They are.
And we're here with a man who brings the vibes and the pressure anywhere he goes, especially when he touches the stage. He came out of the fire in 2012 and he will be releasing The Fear in February 2016. And you know what, King, I have to say, it's long overdue. Welcome to the Inner Gold Show, man like Natty, King. Greetings.
Greetings, family. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Bless up, man.
Yes, you don't know. Everything good?
Everything real good. Real good. No complaints over my side. Even when it's raining, the sun's shining.
You don't know.
Like them toots there, man.
Don't know. You
real.
hit us straight away with the wisdom. Yeah. But really and truly, I know you're a busy man. And you've been busy recently with your tour to promote the new album and everything you're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
There's been some good shows. I've seen a lot of footage on the social networks about the event in Brixton on Sunday, getting a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
So how's the tour been going so far?
So far, so good. Four Corners tour. We kind of conceived that. Well, let me say I conceived that just in a little, you know, them kind of ideation late night sessions that you do. It's like raw. London be so divided up. It's like man from south don't come north, man from east don't come west, etc, etc, etc. So I was like, let me come to them, innit? So we just done north, south, east, and now we're about to do West London. So far tour's been heavy. Each single show is like something slightly different. So far all the shows done sell out, so it's good look so far. My live agent, all them man were like, you're mad. Because we just done like an outdoor show in Brixton. And it was like, yeah man, the thing just ran out, everything was crisp and nice, but everyone's like, you're mad, you can't do an outdoor show in winter in London, you're crazy. First of all, black people won't come, second of all, other people won't come, but everyone come. So yeah man, it's been nice. Before that we had a little jam session, and before that we just done the band vibes. This Saturday, it's a solo thing up in Ladbroke Grove, and that completes the Four Corners, because that's West London, see?
Okay, so for those that are oohing and ahhing and thinking, shall I come out this Saturday? What's going to be special about this show apart from it being a solo tip?
Well, that kind of is the special kind of thing, you know what I mean?
That's the unique thing.
I don't. That's the, how do they say it in business? The USP, you know?
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
The USP being that it's like it's how would you say? I mean, I don't really do that many solo shows, but a lot of people who know me from morning, like from when I first started doing this thing, know me as like going there doing my open mics, just me one rocking it with a guitar. So I thought, let me take it back to basics, and yeah, let me just come with something. And I guess, you know what, the actual other side of it is that I'm giving the audience members a chance to ask me questions halfway through the show. So it's like we're gonna do like a little Q&A.
So keeping it interactive.
And intimate.
Yes.
Only for inter.
Yes, man.
Interactive and intimate, yes sir.
Yeah, man. And I know you've had some special guests on your tours, so like just tell the people like who's passed through so far.
Okay, yeah, no, we've had a couple special guests. So like on the first date was like, that one sell out almost as soon as we put up the tickets, because that's me and the band, and that's like, you know, we just like, that's the announcement of a new album coming, and that was cool. So what we've done is we've done a Facebook competition to see who wants to come support, man. So that was cool. They were a heavy band. They won the competition, but yeah, they smacked it. You gotta look out for them. The Rose Affair, I think they're called. Yeah, that's right.
Man.
The second one we done was like a jam kind of session, more like a free up kind of thing, like we do in
Vibes and Pressure.
Yeah, same ones like we do in the Vibes and Pressure events. And we had enough man come through for that, like some of the top musicians in London. Probably if I drop them names, only the musicians would know who they are, kind of thing. So I don't need to really, you know, just keep it nice and keep it moving. Okay, so artist wise, we had like man like Liam Bailey,
What?
Josh Osho.
Jeez.
Go on.
Who else was come through? Couple other artists come through. Like RU1 fam, them man there.
Yeah, man.
Big
like
up,
Magical.
big up.
Yeah,
Ganja
the man that passed through. So that was a nice jam session. That was big still.
Yeah, man.
JJ Soul was there as well. JJ was there.
Big up JJ.
Yeah, man. And then we done a Brixton thing. Brixton, that was heavy again. So that was, again, it was half family. Well, not everyone there was family really. South African Revolution. Man like Bongo Canny.
What?
Big up.
Yeah, man like Subaja.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think you
Suba,
lot
tell
know.
them that.
Yeah, man, tell them that. Yeah, you don't know. Big up Suba each and every time.
How you mean?
Yeah, man.
Man like Suba. George the Poet come through.
Wow.
Can't forget about George. He come and bless the stage and take it to the next energy as well. Yeah, couple, DJ Snuff, who's, international
Yeah,
DJ.
man.
And
Top
everything,
DJ. Top DJ.
Everyone just come in and just support the thing. Everyone
man.
has just come in and just, it's been a real blessing. Like, I'm putting on like shows which would normally cost me like thousands of pounds.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And everyone's just coming in for just like, yeah, man, let me just come in and just pitch.
So it's like really a family thing, really.
Yeah. Just you know how we do still. You know how we do.
Well, we know how you do, so the aim of the interview is to let the people them know what
True
you
that.
do. And one thing when I see you perform live, that apart from your vocal range, your guitar skills and your music, one thing that always stands out is the rebelship, your band. You know, so how important is it for you as an artist to have your own band?
It's a good question, because these things come in stages. You need to be able to, if you've got a good band, you've got to be able to pay them well.
Truly.
And so it's a thing where it's like, it's a catch-22. Because it's like, my guys, I've done enough well-paid gigs with my guys for that. And I've done enough good music and I had enough real, like, almost like amazing experiences with them. Where it's like, I can call them and be like, yo, I got this thing. There ain't really much P in it, but come through. And they'll be like, yeah, man. Because they know I'm good for it next time.
Yeah.
And because we've also been on our journeys together and that. So in terms of advice to other artists, what I would say is don't try and get a band, bam, like that one time. I'd say get it one at a time. Get your instruments one at a time. So try and define what it is you need to get to the next place. That might be a guitarist. Work with that guitarist for a while. Then maybe get a percussionist, bring them in. And as you grow, they see the vision as well. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't try and get like a good band first off because, yeah, you need to be able to pay them right.
For real.
Get the top guys in. Yeah.
For real. Now, from spending time with you, especially like at Vibes on Pressure, the jam session, which we'll talk about later on, I noticed that you're a man that likes to let the music build organically. So you'll just be there jamming with the musicians and the music will build up organically. One man might have a riff or a groove and the drummer will do his thing, and before you know it, you got a rhythm, an artist, passing through. So in these times with all this technology that surrounds us, how important is it to still make the music organically where possible?
I think it's very important. Not for the music that we hear out there is just, it's full of white noise and quantized beats and people don't even know what they're listening to. That it's like come like candy floss.
Truly.
And you keep eating candy floss and Jano, it'll kill you, fam.
For real.
And it's a thing where it's like, there's definitely a space for a lot of the music that is coming out at the moment. And that's cool, I'm not knocking all of it, but there's always gonna be, and there must always be, a space for the spirit of music to live, and the spirit can't really live within a computer too tough. So hence why it's a thing where I might like to really play the thing and, like you say, let the vibes build up organically. So when we're jamming the thing out, we don't come with a thing where we're thinking of it in 16 bars and beats and boom and the bap and all these different formulas that we've been taught to think about. I'm rather just come with a thing that's more free up. So if you imagine it's like, we might even be like reggae musicians approaching it with a jazz mind frame.
Yeah.
You get me? So then that's the way we kind of do our thing, because better that than being jazz musicians approaching it with a mega reggae mind frame, because you end up playing the thing wrong, fam.
For real.
You get me? Because there's a spirit within reggae music where it's that you overstand things like space and groove, and that's the most important thing about my music specifically.
Before we get into what's going on right now, because there's been a lot happening for you this year, I feel we should go back a little bit to come back forward again, you know?
Yeah,
so one thing about you is that you're a man with a very eclectic taste in music, and you know, I know you listen to a lot of different music. So what were some of your early influences when you was coming through?
Early influences, yeah man, so enough influences man, enough influences from man like Fella to Bob, Stevie, Miles Davis, like just loads of mad things. Man would just fuse all the things. I weren't really partial to no specific style, you get me? So it's like, I just like music, I don't really conform to the styles as much. So even when I started growing up a little bit, maybe 11, 12, I started getting into the garage thing. Hip hop maybe by the time I was maybe 15, 16. And then by the time I've maybe finished being a teenager, I'm back listening to just any kind of music again. But I'd say one of my earliest memories was like albums like Paul Simon, Graceland, and like Burning Spear, Old Marcus Garvey, and Bob Marley, of course. Yeah, them was the earliest memories, really. Yeah. And then, you know, but you know, I was in a hip hop phase, man. Like from when I was like 14, like I used to listen to DMX every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though I'm not really like on that tug thing, it's like, I'd be lying if I said it didn't influence me a little bit. You get me? So, man, music is so diverse and there's a lot within music. I just take it all as much as I can.
For real.
There's only good and bad, you know that way there? I don't really do the genre thing too tough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And we know that you started playing guitar like age 10. So like, when did you first decide like music was like really for you?
Probably a lot later, you know, because I started playing guitar at age 10.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit, even 9 maybe, 9, 10, something like that. But as soon as I hit secondary school, like a year later, I put it down.
Singing.
And I was just like, man, I want to play ball.
Yeah.
I want to try to speak gal.
Them way
I
there.
want, you know.
Yeah, man.
I want to just get on the garage thing, try to be So I used to just kind of sometimes bunk school and go and listen to like, because even my local station was like Raw FM, innit?
So Heartless and them man there.
Exactly. So well, actually Raw FM was actually Miss Dynamite and that. So I'll be like, so yeah, who is there? Because Raw FM became Raw Mission. Because Heartless was Mission.
Yeah.
And like the whole garage kind of madness was all going around where I lived, which was like Holloway Road. There was like Mission FM, Freak FM, and Raw FM, all within like a 1 mile radius. This was before So Solid.
Yeah.
And then So Solid come and tear up the whole thing. But just before that, I remember listening to them man being like, yo, you gotta check out these South man, they're hard. And everyone be like, nah, whatever, because they're all in the flossy thing. And Miss Dynamite was doing that thing. Anyway, look, I don't need to talk about them. But anyway, yeah, that was like my school days, you get me?
Yeah, man.
And then was an influence. But in terms of the guitar, I started playing it again when I was like 18. Picked it up again after all that madness in school and da-da-da.
Yeah, man.
And once I picked it up again, maybe 17 actually, it was just more natural because of them early years I've done when I was 10.
Yeah, man. And we know about like your production skills as well, which is quite evident on one of my favourite projects that you've put out there, the Out the Fire mixtape. So like, tell the people about how you got into producing and how like your producing led to you going to a big studio in Battersea.
Well, I'd say even the big studio in Battersea led to the producing, really. Cause I know I wanted to work in music, and see the thing is, even with my schoolwork, by the time I'd reached 17, 18, I was doing alright with my schoolwork, so there was a possibility I could go to uni. But I was like, you know what, let me bun that out, and let me try and chase this music thing for a minute.
So when did that moment come, obviously, from being a guitar man, from working in the studio, from being around it every day, living it almost, being in that environment? When did you decide, now, let me get the pen now and try a little thing?
You know, it was actually with the man then, because I used to make beats for like a couple of my friends and that. And it'd be enough times there was this brother called Sweet D.
Big up Sweet D still.
Big up Sweet D. He was always there chasing gals, so he would never come studio session, hence the man that made me try to sing something. So that was basically how it kind of got started. I'll be there making beats, man, then be like, we ain't got no one to sing the hook. And I was like, because I've always had an ear for the music. And I was like, oh no, you wanna say something like this, da 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 da, or whatever, you know? And they'd be like, no, that sounds heavy, man, you do it, man. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. You do it, bruv, do it. And because it's my elders and that, I'm doing it. So did it, and then yeah, 2-2s, I'm starting to write songs. And as I'm working in the production and the engineering more and more, just become a thing where it's like I'm gonna be writing songs for other people and they're gonna sing it. But then I'm working with all these singers and I'm just like, hang on a minute, these singers aren't even that good. The big singers I'm talking about, you know,
Yeah, man.
million selling artists, all them things. And I'm like, come on, man. So it was more just, you know, you build your self-confidence. I ain't even gonna lie, it's that point of comparison as well. So.
And
yeah.
Sometimes it's like putting yourself into the unknown that kind of leads to the growth kind of thing, because you're kind of just putting yourself in there. There's no expectations, there's vibes and not as much pressure, you know what I mean? So it's a natural transition, and here we are.
Well, for the singing it was just pure vibes, exactly, but the work was just bare pressure.
Yeah.
Like I was, you know, I once filled out a timesheet for 362 hours in a month.
Raw.
I don't know if you know about work hours, but that's peak. That's
It's
like
a lot.
That's
It's a
like
lot.
17-hour days, king.
Yeah, man.
You know them ones there. So, man, be all sleeping 2-3 hours on sofa, waking up, setting up for the session, and sometimes you gotta set up all like 100 microphones for an orchestra or whatever it is, kind of thing, and because you're doing a film score, or you got, I don't know, you got the Americans coming in and like they're on the next thing because they need everything accounted for, and you gotta write down every single button that gets touched and all. Mad things, bruv.
So that was like the apprenticeship, rather than going uni and whatnot. You had, they call it in education, experiential learning, where you're learning through the experience. So you'll say the hands-on stuff led you being where you are today.
Yeah, that helped define my ears. Because a good producer, a good artist, a good engineer, a good anything is only as good as his ears.
For real.
And these kind of get defined over over experience. Because enough producers out there be calling themselves producers, but they're really just beat makers.
For real.
And it's a thing where it's like there is a difference. And I've seen the difference because I've worked within the realms that have shown me the difference. I'm not saying that beat makers can't get credit for production and da-da-da. I'm just saying when you take it to certain levels, you need your ears.
For real, you definitely need your ears at all times. Now, coming back from the past, let's bring it back to the present.
Mm-hmm.
I remember coming to link you now. A few months ago, we come to Natty HQ, we come to link you in the studio. And I remember, man, playing us this tune at the time. And I remember Heartical and myself just looking at each other and say, yeah, man, we told you there and then, you got something here, King. And all these months later, the tune I'm talking about is Gaia. So for those that don't know, what does Gaia actually mean?
Gaia means Mother Earth. So this song is a song dedicated to like, I guess like the female spirit of Mother Earth. Yeah, because there's a thing where it's like, there's a thing within this earth that we reside on, and where it's like, it needs nurturing, like it nurtures us, but we have to nurture it at the same time.
For real.
And so, even the mantra and even the vibe that we get on within that, it's all like our earth-based feeling. And yeah, that's it really, that's Gaia, you know?
So what was the inspiration? Because, you know, since the last projects, I've listened to other interviews where they've been putting it on you about the gap between, you know, the bodies of work. But obviously you came with Gaia. So what was the inspiration for this to be the track that's putting you back on the map?
Okay, you see, I don't know about maps, and I don't even know about back either. So what I would say is that every time you start a thing, right, you have to start a thing with giving thanks. So even the first song on the album is a song called I'm Alive, where I'm actually giving thanks for life.
Yeah, man.
But you see, the thing with Gaia now is it's like the ground that we walk on, the air that we breathe, like it's not to be messed with.
For real.
You know what I mean there? And so it's a thing where it's like, every time I start my show, every time, not the solo shows, but the band shows, we start with Gaia. Every time we start a thing, Gaia have to come first, because like without this earth we live, what are we if we haven't got this earth to live on? You understand what I'm saying? We're spirit and them thing there, but we don't have the depth of mind and clarity of thought to process the fact that we can be spirit without this earth. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And so we have to start with the physical, and so hence why I always have to start with Gaia. It wasn't even a thing where I'm back or put it on a map or it sounds like a single or this or that. It was just like, this is what we start with, and that's it.
For real. Now, on that day as well, we were in for a real treat, because not only did you play us the tune, you know, you actually showed us the video, which is, you know, a big video.
Yes.
But again, we know, but not everyone knows. So for those that don't know, that have seen SBTV and watched the video, where was that video actually filmed?
Filmed in southern parts of Morocco. So we was finding out different things and different places to go, and so there's a lot of different places to go, different places to film and that, but we all got it into a nice. I'm happy with the video still. But yeah, it was shot in Morocco still.
For real. And before I hand back over to Heartical, there's the experience that you talk about in the tune, which you spoke to us about drinking fire and the experience of actually being with the elders. So what was that experience like?
Boy, which one, King? Because I've drank a lot of fire.
What?
Drank a lot of fire.
Yes, sir.
What fire do you mean? Which fire water do you mean?
Or whatever fire you feel is relevant to share.
Yeah, that's me making up my own question, King. Alright, well let me answer that one. Let me answer that one then. There's two sets of fire. See, one is the fire water camp by my elders, Rasta camp in Jamaica. See, there's a fire water spring there where you can go there and you can light the fire, and the water stays on fire, and you can bathe in that while the water is on fire, and you can drink that while the water is on fire. Second fire water is called ayahuasca, which is a plant-based medicinal drink taken by shamans in South America. That was the next fire water still what man drank. And then there was the Sangoma in South Africa with a brother called Credo Mutwa. I think he's still here with us. He's one of the last remaining Sangoma that you'll find. If you type in Credo Mutwa, you'll see what I'm going. So there's three. There's a trinity of fire waters there, King.
Balance.
So like it's a thing where a man wasn't actually joking when you did say that you drank fire, like it's...
Yeah, man wasn't joking.
Well, you can hear from the passion in the tune, especially the dub version, that, you know, that really resonates with me every time I hear it. That's why I had to just ask, man, you know, while we got the opportunity.
Yeah, man. And talking of dub versions, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've shown you messages through WhatsApp and that, like, when you dropped that Prince Fatty dub version, I had people from Jamaica sending me messages just saying, yo, like, big up the artist, I'm loving it, you know what I mean? So it's one of them things there that, first of all, how did that collaboration come with Prince Fatty, man?
A good friend of mine. So my first album came out in 2009.
Yeah, man.
And he actually mixed that whole album for me, because before he was Prince Fatty, he was just good old Mike to me.
Them ones.
It was just them ones.
Yeah, man.
I used to stay in his yard every time I was in Brighton, sleep on his sofa, all them thing there. So I've known him before he was Prince Fatty, and it was just a thing where it's like watching him grow and do his thing was just such a blessing to witness. So it made sense we done something within the realms of Natty and Prince Fatty. So yeah, it's come about organically, you know what I mean?
Trust me. And we also know there's another remix with Benny Page as well, so how did that one come about? Because I heard that one as well, and that one gets the people them moving.
Yeah. That one be mashing up the dance as a little piece, you know. I hear Congo Natty drop it, and Benny Page drop it, a couple other than Jungle Man drop it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like, I'm a little bit of an old school jungle fan as well, so when Benny come with the old school jungle flex, I was very, very happy still.
Yeah, man.
But again, that come through a mutual friend of ours, Akala, where like I was playing a couple of the tracks like for the release, and he was like, bruv, you need a jungle one as well. I was like, bruv, I ain't got time for no more remixes, bruv, all this thing is long, man. Like, no, I got the guy, man, Benny's a good... So we just went through on that, he hooked up the link.
It just came like that?
Yeah, just like that, you know.
Yeah, man, big up. Well, we've been talking for a while, so I think it's right that we go into a track.
Real talk.
Guy is the topic right now, so I'm feeling that we go into the vocal and then the dub version as well. So, would you like to introduce it to the people, King?
Big up all the Bang Radio listeners, Rhythm Up listeners, London listeners, and just all those on the audio frequency listening. What I would say is, you have to respect where you come from, that way you can respect where you're going, and this here is Gaia. We all come from Mother Earth, so let's treat this as we treat our own, yeah? This is Gaia.
Yes, people, this is the Inner Gold Show. Myself, Heartical ID, alongside my brother, man like Mikee, Majestic. We are still in the studio with man like Natty. Everything good, King?
Yes, I. There.
Yes, man. And we just spoke off air about the release date for your brand new album, Release the Fear. It's going to be released on the 29th of February, which doesn't happen every year. So tell the people why you chose to put it out on that date, King.
Kind of self-explanatory now. Don't need to tell the people why.
Of course, man.
Everyone knows why, man. Come on, man. It's just it's a special thing. People are special. The music is special. I spent many years working on this music, and I mean many years. So it's only right that it comes out on a date that can't be replicated.
For real. See, it sounds better coming from you, and the people need to know that.
Alright, Mikey.
They need to know that.
Mikey, you draw out, man. Why ain't you draw out, man? Keep the thing moving.
So keeping it moving still, you know.
Yeah.
For those that know the thing, you obviously was in a different situation last time when you released the last album.
Man like I.
Yeah.
Yep. Man like
So now man like you is releasing the first album independently off your own back. So how does it feel to be doing it, like I said, off your own back?
Feels good. Different kind of busy, you know. But it feels good. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I wouldn't even say that, it's more work, it's more this, it's more that, or it's less this, or it's less that. It just feels good, and it feels just the right thing to be doing right now still. Like it didn't make sense signing another deal. You know, there was deals and small things what come through and conversations what was there on the table and that, but it just made more sense to just keep doing this thing. Just trying to build something, as well trying to build something that is sustainable. And the only way you can do that is if you have a certain amount of control.
For real. So so now obviously independently you got full creative control of it.
Always had full creative control. The only thing is when you're signed to a major label, what they might tell you is that you've got full creative control, but we think you should do this. And so what that means is that it's a thing where it's like, we think you should do this, but you've got creative control. But we're a company of 50 people that need for you to do that, because we don't believe that the thing what you're saying is gonna work. So it's your decision, Natty. You know, that's not really creative control, but it is at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a thing where now, you know, the other day I was like, oh yeah, it's a leap year. 29th of February is the release date. Why? Because I want it to be.
And you can. And you can as well.
I can, and that's it. You know, it's not like I've got to go through rope or jump over red tape or whatever the terminology is, but right now it's a thing where man's just kind of building that thing that man's always been looking to build. Don't forget when I signed to them, man, there many years ago, I signed as Vibes and Pressure. I signed Vibes and Pressure to that label still. So Vibes and Pressure is a label that has been going on longer than I've been signed.
Mad.
So I think I forget represented correctly.
So you've always had that creative control, basically.
Yeah, I always have. And so even it's a thing where it's like part of the reason why it took so long between albums is because I had creative control. They couldn't just put out what they wanted to put out. And but also at the same time, I couldn't put out what I wanted to put out because it was a partnership. Hence why it took so long to get stuff put out, because I had to come out of that partnership.
Yeah, man. And we know like Vibes and Pressure is going strong. You have your events that you put on. You're linked to many strong artists as well. So what advice do you have to artists that are maybe looking to go down the same route?
Write better songs. Write better songs.
Yeah.
That's it.
The real thing.
Just simple.
Keep
simple.
writing better songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. People think that it's a done of this, done of that, done of this, done of that. Yeah. I'm not talking about writing better hooks and making better beats. I'm talking about making better songs.
Content wise.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about better content. I'm not talking about that either. I'm not talking about better lyrical content. I'm not talking about better this. I'm talking about better songs. That's the thing. That's like word, sound, power, all as a oneness.
Yeah, man.
Many people think because they got a nice hook and a nice beat and a nice verse, that's a good song. That's not a good song. So I would just say, yeah, it starts with the songs.
Yeah, man.
It starts with the songs.
Well, you heard it there, people. And going back to the album, Release the Fear, we've had some discussions off air about that topic, the title. So
Yeah.
So yeah, break it down to the people then. Why Release the Fear?
It's about that time. Where if you ain't released the Fear already, then you're slipping, man. 2012 done been and gone now.
Them ones there, you know.
Go ahead in.
No, but real talk, we
Hold it
recorded
back.
it at them times.
Yeah.
Like 2012, November, December, them are the times we recorded this album.
Okay.
And it was a thing where it's like the whole world is going through like it's like an onion shell peeling again, if you see what I'm saying. Like layers are getting revealed. There's certain things that man didn't know about certain things before. None of our parents knew. Some of our parents knew, especially them rasses that lived way up in the hills. Some of them knew,
Yeah, man.
but most of our parents didn't know.
Yeah, man.
And so it's a thing where it's like the fear comes in many shapes and sizes and forms, and it's put upon us in many ways. More time it even starts with our mothers. Our mothers will love us and they'll put the fear of whatever into us as well. Not meaning to. Yeah, I love my mum more than you know me. So it's a thing where it's like there's a system as well, and we have to understand the system that we're living in. There's overstanding fear as well. What fear can we work with? What fear can we release? What fear can we harbour? The fear that tells us that it's gonna burn a fire, yeah, but you have to find out for that fear with the flame. So releasing the fear is like, it's a concept album that comes from many different, there's like 11 different steps within the thing to release the fear. So there's many different kind of formulas that I've set up on. One of them is like giving thanks for life, like I spoke about. Another song title is called Stand Up in Love. Hopefully that speaks for itself.
Of course.
There's other ones like Gaia, where within our relationship with Mother Earth. Change, a song that you know as well.
One of my favourite tunes.
There you
I
go.
like that one there.
So like all these different concepts underneath the banner Release the Fear, because you need to be taking certain steps that starts with giving thanks for life. From the time you start with that giving thanks motion, you're on a journey to releasing the fears that you need to release. So
Deep.
it's about the time to release fear, really.
Yes, sir.
And I know saying man don't just want to give away everything about the album. Yeah, you've given us a good insight there with the different stages, and I have to big you up because it sounds like it's been well thought out and there's like an end goal of it, of what you're trying to achieve. So a lot of man just go on the hard drive and just put a bag of tunes together and I hit that. So I have to big you up on that. But I mean, without giving everything away, can you tell us some of the producers or a couple producers that will feature on the album?
Oh, I don't want like that, kid.
Is it not that kind of thing?
No, it's not that kind of thing.
No collabs?
There's a couple collabs still, but it's not really the thing where it's like different producers sending beats. I don't work like that. Remember the question that you asked me earlier about in terms of like the organic side of things?
Yep.
So because man's been in and out of the production realm for many years, man understands how to create the spirit within the room.
Yeah.
And that don't come with like name producers and that comes with having some really good musicians around and getting some good mics, having a good engineer and having a vision that has been defined. Because a defined vision is important, a focused vision. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
The vision thing. So it's like I man have the vision. I've also got the capacity to record. We also got the microphones. We've done most of it. So I produced it, King. So it's a thing where it's like, in terms of the artist collaborations, there's a couple artist collaborations still. You guys have had the Vibes and Pressure remix for a while of Change.
Yeah.
With Busy Signal and Albarosi on it.
Yeah.
Them man are also on the original as well.
Mad.
So obviously you lot had the remix first.
On what day? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Car. Tuesday, this album was almost ready to come out 2 years ago when that remix got dropped first.
Yeah.
You get me, King? But the album never come forward, just the remix. So they're on it, and then I got the last track, which is actually called Release the Fear, which is actually like a 3-part song. And then from part 1 into part 2 is like a feature by George the Poet again. So it's just the 3 features on the album, King.
And you know what, before we go any further, people, I just have to big you up, you know, because there's a lot of people that are making albums. We've interviewed a lot of artists, and even people will have like a top name producing on their album, and they'll be like, you know, we'll be like, were you in the studio with them? They'll be like, no, like they sent the beat to us. So one thing I have to big you up on is the fact that you've created something organically, and you know, it is produced by yourself as well. So that's,
you know what it is, King. It's like this music thing is art.
Yeah, man.
And people think this music thing is something for joke.
Yeah, man.
This thing ain't a joke, fam.
Yeah, man.
It's like word, sound, power, and vibrational healing is a serious type of healing.
Yeah, man.
More serious than the NHS can give you.
Real
talk. It's not a joke, fam.
Yeah.
I know man that have had cancer and have been cured from I. Me and my brethren coming into their room and playing music daily.
Yeah, man.
I can give the man's name. His name is Ray Carlos. Check him out, saxophone player.
Big up
the man
Ray.
Don't have cancer no more.
Big up
From
Ray
vibrational
Carlos.
healing.
Big up.
You understand what I'm saying?
man.
So it's not a joke, kid.
Yeah, man. It's like almost like, you know, when a scientist is creating something, it's like the formulas, and it's more than just going in the studio, press and record. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's more than like, what's the best kick drum? What's the What's gonna be a what's gonna be the best bass sound?
Yeah.
Hi-hat, alright, cool. Nah, King.
It's organic, real, authentic music.
No click. No copy and paste.
Yeah, man.
No edit, really. We just play it again if it sounds wrong.
Yeah, man. And big up all the artists that are getting beats sent to them and recorded that way. But, you know, this is the Vibes and Pressure takeover with man like Natty, and this is how he does it.
And for those that don't know Natty, I have to say that, you know, Natty lives this every day. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, through the music, that's why he can say these things, because, you know, Natty puts in the work to, you know, like Gandhi said, being the change he wants to see. So I have to put that out there and tell the people. But, you know, when we came to the studio to check you that time, I remember seeing the poster on the wall, which was one of the original Vibes and Pressure posters. And we spoke about the vision and how I interpreted, going back to art, how I interpreted that picture. But obviously there's going to be some people that are hearing about Vibes and Pressure and might not know and understand really what it's about. So for those that don't know, how did that concept of Vibes and Pressure come about, and what does it mean?
Vibes and Pressure comes from a mad reasoning that I had with myself one time, late night. I'm sure there was herb involved as well, and I'm sure the Most High was there too.
So link up still.
You know them freeway link up there.
Yeah, man.
Them Trinity link up there. So it was a thing where it's like, man just had the concept of creation, and the concept of creation being like a vibrational frequency with a catalyst, the catalyst being pressure. And so from the vibration, because there's all vibrations flying all over the place, but you need to, for an actual moment of creation, you need a catalyst. So hence the Vibes and Pressure come around from that. And so it's like, you look at that on many different levels. There's like vibes and pressure, right? The pressure might be the bass and the kick, the vibes might be the guitars and the vocals and stuff. You look at it from a sound system perspective, you look at it from a creation perspective, you can even look at it from a man-woman perspective. You can look at it from many different things, like the creation thing, like what I just said. But essentially, Vibes and Pressure is the name of the movement. It's a record label. We got our club night, which is the Vibes and Pressure Shabin. We put on other events as well, like whether it's workshops, couple things. We do like jam sessions, like the stuff we spoke about before.
Yeah, man.
yeah, man, we're just in this thing, and like I say, like you said, Mikey, man, live this thing.
It's true.
Man, live this thing, and this thing is a healing thing. I overstand and I rate man that be doing this thing because they want hard beats and they want hard this, or they got some people I started making music because probably I wanted to get gal or something, you know?
Yeah.
Probably the same reason Jimi Hendrix started making music, or even Bob or whatever. You understand? I'm not comparing myself to these people, please. I'm just saying it's a thing where it's like you start with these young, innocent ideals.
Yeah.
But you don't even know what it's going to take on and where it's going to lead you to.
For real.
So, yeah, man, Vibes and Pressure is...
And it is a story of growth, really, from just speaking to you, from talking at the beginning, from you not even planning to be a singer. As Bob said, it's a natural mystic and it's a natural growth. Now, one thing that I have to big you up again, it sounds like the Big Up Natty show, but it's genuine big ups.
I've got to come around house more often. Got to find me an Heartical shop and I'm here every week.
You don't know. Big up Suba. But yeah, one thing that impressed me is that you're known for being natty and doing your thing over the years. Now, at the time where possibly your fans might have been thinking, what's going on, where's the next body of work, out of nowhere came the Vibes and Pressure compilation. Now, there's a lot of man on an ego thing that would want to put themselves at the front and take all the glory. But in that moment, you decided to put other artists on and bring out that compilation. So what made you decide to bring that out instead of pushing yourself through at the time?
You know what it is? Sometimes it's like done talk, innit? It's like, I'm going to create a platform for all you artists that talk a good game. My friends as well. My friend, don't get a twist. I'm going to put a platform for all you artists around me that are talking about the things that you could be or want to be doing, and we'll see where you go from here. Like, let me put this together. I'll put my time, my energy and my money behind this thing, because I know eventually we'll make it back, kind of thing, from selling, you know, CDs on the strip. Whatever we got to do to sell the CDs, we'll make it happen, kind of thing. And we did.
Yeah, we saw that and we were involved in that.
Yeah,
so
well, you know the vibe.
That was a movement.
It was a movement. It is a movement.
Yeah, man.
And it's a thing where it's like, even them CDs are getting heard for the first time even today.
Yeah, man.
Man's getting record tour promoters calling up in email yesterday about that same CD. You get me? Just hearing it for the first time now, and that was out last year.
Yeah, man.
And that CD has carried us around. So, but it's a thing where it's like, you know what? I see a lot of artists getting put on, but I don't see my people getting put on.
For real.
And so it's a thing where it's like, you know what? My people, we can't be complaining. Man, have to put ourselves on. So it's like, I've got a little bit of weight, I've got a little bit of dough, I've got a little bit of expertise. Let me put all I can into that, do this for now, and then I'll put my album out when it needs to come out. And it needs to come out on February the 29th, so that's when that's gonna come out. But before that, this thing had to work because there's a lot of good artists out there. We spoke about some of them, you know what I'm saying? And it's a thing that's like, a lot of them don't have platforms.
For real.
For real, and that's something we've been reasoning about for months, you know, like away from this. But one thing that also made me very passionate to get involved was not only is it a musical thing, like you say, it's a movement, and there was proceeds from the CD that was going towards projects in Africa. So could you tell us a bit about that for those that don't know?
Yeah, so one of the partner companies what I'm involved in is a charity called Erase Foundation, which is set up by my elder, Alwyn. Well, let me say my elder, Mr. X. So Mr. X, yeah, my elder there. So he set up these things and we just support what it is that he's doing. And so now, even over the years, I've become like, how would you say, like a director, partner with him on this thing. So 10% of the proceeds from the CD went to the orphanage. No, sorry, to the whole charity. We get the money for the orphanage from the club nights that I put on every month. So the profits from the club night go to support the orphanage. At the moment, there's 58 children there. That's in Gambia. We've also got a food and a clothing project in Lesotho, which is in southern Africa as well, in the mountains there. And yeah, 4 schools, 1 orphanage, the clothing thing, yeah, that's what we got still.
That's a big look, you know. Because you're a humble brother, it's not something that you're gonna shout from the rooftop. So we have to make sure that the people know about these kind of works, you know. And as well as those,
you know
works,
what? While you're speaking about that,
yeah,
and we got listeners tuned in, it's the Raise Foundation organisation. So even if you Google that, there's even on the front page there's a thing where you can give money if you want to give money, and you can see more of what the thing's about. See?
Yes, man.
Yeah, it's a Raise Foundation, yeah.
Yes, King. I'm sure there's people jotting that down as we speak and talking. So that's Africa, but there's also the UK, and I see recently that you started an intern project with Vibes and Pressure. So again, could you tell the people about that in case there's young people that want to get involved?
Sure. So we're doing like 2-month intern programs. Essentially, we've got a record label where we have a label manager, and you know, we got a promotion. We got a head of like our promotions guy. He's like ex-Sony, and you know, he's big in his thing, he does his thing. And then label manager again, she does her thing. You know, she's big in her thing. And so essentially, what we're doing is providing experience for people, but also at the same time, people can come in and work on some good music. And the thing of it's a nice exchange, because young people come in, they learn a little bit about what it is, but also at the same time we can get young people to do certain work which might take up a little bit of time for some of these other guys who have a lot on their plate within the Vibes and Pressure family. So yeah, vibesandpressure.com or nattyhq@vibesandpressure.com. Just get in touch if you're interested in. We've had some on a 2-month internship programs just stay on just because they can't leave, just because they're feeling the vibes too much. Most of them do actually, but yeah, it's just a family. If you want to come join in the family, yeah man, it's all about the vibes.
As you stated before, this is more than music, this is more like a movement.
Exactly.
And even some of the other things you're into is like healthy living and healthy eating. You see that from the Instagram, you know, I see the coconut the other day. So also, like, away from music, how important is it to have that side of things on point as well?
Fully 100. I was even reasoning with the man yesterday. He's like, what? You don't have salt in the yard? What? You don't have sugar in the yard? Yeah, man don't have no sugar in the yard.
Yeah, man.
Man ain't got no salt in the yard. Well, you know, I got some bath salt.
Yeah, them proper soaks there.
Yeah. But what? It's cool, man. Man ain't really had a spots in like since I was eating. You know, in 10 years, man ain't had one spot. You get me?
Yeah,
so it's like man feel good for it.
Yeah, man.
And I'm feeling better for it. And even I can play ball like you, man. Know.
Yeah,
for like 3-4 hours, and I don't even mind. You get me?
It's true.
Man can just deal with the thing, you know.
Where some man might just come once,
and then have knee injuries and come back.
Might not come again, or blame the weather and them things.
2-year injury, them
ones there. You know. Big up them guys there.
Big up them guys. Yeah, man.
You don't know.
Keeping the sub benches warm, yes sir.
Moving on swiftly. So another thing that I think you touched on earlier when you was talking about the music that you was listening to is that the way you view music is on a free heights where there's no genres and no labels. So what do you think about you know, you being an artist but there's still the industry, be it, you know, the major labels or certain corporations that are trying to label the music and kind of put it into different boxes? What's your opinion on that?
It don't affect me, so I don't really have an opinion on it. It's one of them ones where it's like, you do you, I'll do me. So it's like, for me, there's just good and bad music. For them, there might be hip-hop, reggae, whatever, soca, pop, It's like, alright, cool, try and define it in them ways. I understand that people need to put it in boxes to try and further understand it. My man's on the inner standing and an overstanding thing. So really and truly, there's just good and bad music.
Yeah, man.
And so if them man want to say this and they want to say that, who am I to say about what they're doing? Come on, man. It's
for real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And as you know, me and Mikey are strong advocates of the UK reggae scene.
Good.
And it's a certain sound as well that we're representing. So big up artists like yourself, Randy Valentine, Marla Brown, Clay, Subajar, Bongo Canny. Yeah. So many other names to mention as well. So I just want to know from you, like, what's your thoughts on the current state of the UK reggae scene?
I don't think my thoughts are that valid, you know, King. My head gets so far underground sometimes that I don't really get enough chance to really penetrate what some of these other great artists are doing.
Yeah, man.
It's only true to say like Bongo Kanny's my brethren,
Yeah, man.
and Subaja's my brethren,
Yeah, man.
where I can kind of see what they're dealing with and them ones there. But
Yeah.
I hear very good things. I've actually checked out Marla B. She's on point still. I think that there's a lot of talent. There always has been and there always will be a lot of talent, especially in this city.
Yes.
Because it's like just a melting pot of inspirations. So you can get enough inspirations from enough little things. In terms of on an industry level, I think the thing could be stronger. I think the thing could be more well organised. I think there could be a lot more people like yourselves behind the scenes who are pushing this thing and even organising, like decent management structures, decent creative promotional avenues which aren't just beating down the same doors all the time.
For real.
And I think there could be ways in which the industry side of things could take these same set of artists forward a little bit further than they're doing at the moment. I'll be real and I'll say that I'll see some of my white brethren and sisters who are also making reggae music. I see them getting a lot further in the music game than some of my other brothers.
For real.
And that's a thing for me still.
Yeah, man.
And I think that needs to be addressed within the artists who we're talking about now and their immediate circles, but also the DJs and the stations that we putting them on.
For real. And now we're kind of at the point of the year now where it's drawing to a close. My mind's already in next year, but you know, it is that part of the year where we're often reflecting on how the year's gone. So how do you feel the year's gone for you?
Hey, year's been good to me, you know. This year's been good to me, you know. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, it's been a nice... I thought my album was gonna come out in 2015, but it was waiting for February 29th. So
That
let me just call this the building year. It's been a nice build. I've put a couple pawns in position, and yeah, man, don't really live a life of regrets, you know, King. I'm blessed.
And I know you've been all over the UK, so what's been like your highlight in terms of shows? Like which one stands out? Because I know that Candlelight tour, I saw the pictures again on Instagram.
Another intimate little tour.
Yeah, I reckon that was the highlight.
Yeah.
All of that. All the other stuff I've done some festivals. You know what? I played the main stage at Secret Garden Party, and Secret Garden Party is one of my favourite festivals to play. But I ain't never played the main stage before. So that was nice. Yeah, it's out of them two.
Yeah?
Yeah, the intimate or the big.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way there. Yeah.
Yes, and we know like 2016 is going to be a big year for you, so can we expect any tours like internationally like next year?
I don't know about internationally. We've got to try to figure out a thing, because man's been away for so long now.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit of a risk doing the international routines and that. But I might do something like that on an acoustic tip for sure. Yeah, still got to chat to a couple promoters in different countries and that, but definitely we're doing the UK tour in March. You're actually the first people to hear about this because the date's
exclusive.
Bang, exclusive people, you heard it.
Yeah, 'cause I think the date's actually going up in a couple of days.
Okay.
After when this is coming out, yeah, so yeah.
There we go.
And apart from the album, Vibes and Pressure, and you know the tour which you just announced exclusive, is there anything else that we can expect to see from Natty next year, even though you are one of the most mystic guys that I know?
Any I expect to see? Man's done an animation video.
What?
Yeah, man's done an animation video, so that's the next thing that we'll be putting out. But man's gonna be trying to drop in this album in a kind of different kind of way still. Like I'll be putting out different pieces of the album. Not like these are the singles, but it's like this is piece 1, song 2, song 3, song 4, in different kind of ways, and you get me. So yeah, without giving too much away, check out for the animation video still. It's coming out in a few days.
I'm excited now. Trust me. Now another thing, when artists pass through, as you know, Bang, we're a youth station as well. We do a lot of community work, as you know, more than anyone.
Sure.
So a lot of youths listen to the station, listen to the show. So what advice do you have for you know, a youth trying to make it in life and music, is there any wisdom that you can impart on them?
I would just say know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, try and get to know yourself. Because it's all about knowing yourself. And then you can just try and push forward with the things what you can and you want to do. But yeah, everything starts with self-love, really. And if you don't identify the power that you have within yourself, enough people be looking to the sky or looking to their mother or looking to their father or their school or their brethren or their elder for the power. But the power's on the inside, see? So
Yes, I feeling the wisdom there, man. And we obviously know all the social medias and the website, but for the people that don't know, where can they keep up to date with everything that he's doing?
boy, nattymusic.com. That's the framework.
Yeah.
The social media things, yeah, I think the tags are mainly around like Natty Music. Facebook is Natty Official.
Yeah, man.
Vibesandpressure.com. No, it's not no brain tease or nothing like that.
Simple.
Yeah.
From
Simple
you have
things.
Google and
From you have Google, Natty Music.
Yeah,
See?
man.
That's it, and you're good to go. There's
Good
a
to
whole
go.
different pathway and network to explore there of what you've done. And you know, say, we'll be fully behind supporting the album, playing it to the people, and whenever you're ready, you don't know this is your second home anyway.
Yeah,
so
man, I'm coming again maybe one month.
yeah, 100%. We have to do that, or around that time, and we're linking again. But you know, it's always a joy, and like I said at the start, it's overdue, you know, this happening and you being here today. So it's one of those now that we can tick off the list now
Natural
till the next
timing,
time, you know.
And
Yes,
for
sir.
those that, you know, need to come out on Saturday, Natty, where can they find you?
This Saturday, well, you don't need to come out, just cause you have to come out, really. Not need, 'cause you have to.
Well,
Yeah.
we need to come. We need to come out. So
Yeah, it's true.
everyone
It's
else
true.
needs to come out.
Kensington Park Hotel,
Yeah, man.
Saturday, 7 o'clock. Get your tickets, check out, because it's gonna sell out. It's just a question of when, really.
Yeah, man.
So get the tickets soon. I think all the details are on the social media and the website.
nattymusic.com.
Google,
there.
put it in the Google. And finally, it's the final message for the Natty fans around the world and for the Bang listeners.
No, I'm joking.
Safe, brother.
No, this man's joking.
I gave man that tumbleweed. See, man, just cut. You know?
No, man, I have to keep it just joyful, you know?
You done though.
Yeah, man, I have to keep it joyful. So anytime I can get to make a little joke, man, I have to take it.
And you are a bit of a joker still.
You know them ones,
But
man.
a serious joker. And now, knowing you a long time now, I actually started to overstand the humour a little bit. You know what I mean?
Just at them pressure moments, I'll crack the joke, bro. Don't worry. Last line
Vibes
of
and
the
pressure.
show.
Vibes
yeah.
and pressure.
That's it, I would say. Maintain the vibes, maintain the pressure. Keep the thing pushing forward. I see you on the inside. For those who know what I'm talking about and on the inner standing thing, yeah, I see you on the inside.
Well, we're in a gold international, so we'll
Boom.
definitely be there. You know what I mean? So,
Done now. Yeah, every time.
yeah, man.
But yeah,
So,
equal rights and justice, peace and love.
yeah, man. We just want to big you
what
up
we're
once
about.
again, Natty,
Yeah,
for
man.
passing through. We know you're a busy man, so
Give thanks, give
you have to give thanks. It's been
Yes,
long
sir.
overdue, so yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Big up each and every time.
Yes, family.
Blessings, King. And big up Expander as well on the camera work as well. I have to big you up as well, see?